Hopefully you can see me. I'm going on my mobile data. My internet has just completely dropped. I don't know what's happened. I've had to switch it off at the wall. It's rebooting. That's quite a long process. So I thought I'll try it on my just on normal data. But I can't get you on here now because it's saying connect to the internet. Let me turn Wi-Fi off because it'll be trying to connect, and then go to I've even turned internet off. And he's back. You're back. So you can see me there. I just can't. I haven't got internet connected on my iPad, but it's not letting me connect to my channel to be able to see the chat. So just bear with me 1 second. I could have done without this today when I'm so strapped for time. And let's say no connection. The number of new cases down through the. That's not anything spooky. That's because the Wi-Fi's come back on. Continue to increase. As you'll know, the Prime Minister sat which could mean, mind you, TV comes back on before Wi-Fi, but I'll just have to. Am I clear? Am I? Can you see me okay? Because I'm not on the Wi-Fi and I've never gone live without being. The old one is still running and buffering. I've ended it. I have actually ended it, but it might not end it properly because there's no internet to end it. Maybe it's just me. I can't see comments. Let me scroll back. Maybe it's just me. Hi, Connor. Yes, very clear. I'll continue with this then, and hopefully the Wi-Fi will come back on and I'll be able to see your comments. But if you want to chat amongst yourselves, great. But please understand that I can't see you currently because my iPad isn't. I've just realised, of course, it's Wi-Fi only. No wonder I can't get. It's not like it's got a SIM or anything in it. But as soon as the Wi-Fi reboots and comes back on, if it does, it could be down in the building or something like that, or with Virgin itself. So where I was up to anyway was just explaining, and I don't know how far I got because I just happened to look up and saw that I was frozen, was that the eye in particular with the Witch's Runes is really important because if you cast, you look at the direction that the eye is facing. So if the eye is facing towards the scythe, for instance, then that's where you need to kind of focus on what's around the eye. So sudden changes and endings, making a final decision, completing something, walking away from something or someone, but it's changes. So a bit like, I suppose, the death card. You don't need to use that as such. If you're pulling a Witch's Rune as a single rune pull, then you can just pull one. So, I don't know, let's just shake it up and we'll just pull one in particular. We have the Sun. So that would be, you know, the beginning of something new, making good decisions, feeling good about your decisions, knowing that you're going to, you know, be successful. It's about good health and vitality, healing, and also some justice coming your way, you know, for any sort of injustices that you might have faced previously. Still no internet. It must be down, big time down. I thought it was strange because internet service is usually pretty good. So they came and I really liked them and I wanted to show them and I thought, well, I can't just show the Witch's Runes. So I thought I would just talk about the runes. Let me just pull that. That's really neat, isn't it? I really like that. As a little pouch, and the fact that it opens up into a I need to hang them somewhere. that, you know, it becomes a little, oh, drop them. I'll deal with them later. Today, it's not going well. It's a Monday, everybody. So, as you know, I've got a few rune sets. I want to talk about books as well first, because I've only got a couple, because runes isn't my first love when it comes to divination. I do love all forms of divination. But one of the first books that I got was this little one, which is called A Practical Guide to the Runes. It's by Lisa Peschel. Their uses in divination and magic. And it's okay. It's okay. It's got each of the rune stones in there. It's actually by Llewellyn, although the pages are very kind of stained now. So I have had it quite some time. I was looking to see if there's a copyright in here. 1989. Yeah, so 1989. So that book. And it's okay, but it's not my favourite. The one I love, and I used to have a floppy version of this, and I gifted an old rune set that I used to have, an old wooden rune set, to a friend. Hi, Caroline. I did see that pop up. And they didn't really know much about runes, so I gifted the book. And then about 2 years ago, I was at a Mind, Body, Spirit fair, and I saw it again in hardback format, and this is how to read and interpret runes using runes for divination, protection, healing and understanding. And it's a really, really nice, useful book. I mean, it's got how to make your own rune set, so how to create it, step-by-step guide. It's got things in like the history of runes, an introduction. It's got healing, using a single rune. It's got everything in there, but what I really like, helping others, is the way that each rune is set out on a page. Really easy to use. So it's got the name of the rune, and then it's got its corresponding letter, because I'm going to be talking about the Germanic rune system, because there are various rune systems. There are various numbers of runes. You know, runes go back to the 3rd century of modern era, common era, I think it's called, isn't it? We used to call it AD, but, you know, common era, 3rd century. So we're talking, you know, hundreds and hundreds of years, centuries and centuries, 1,700 that we know of. And that's just because of archaeology finds. You know, there's nothing to suggest otherwise, that it doesn't date back pre-common era as well. And there are many different types of runes. So, you know, rune systems have been found to be used in Iceland, in Sweden, Northern Europe, Britain. But what we're going to be talking about is the Futhark, easy for me to say, which is the Germanic rune system, and in particular the alphabet. And actually I wrote this out earlier of the Futhark. So that is our alphabet, and that is the runic alphabet following the Germanic Futhark system. Okay, you will notice that C, Q and V are missing. Okay, so that's because there are different letters for different kind of systems. So the Germanic script is usually around 24 letters. Anglo-Saxon version, 28 letters, rising all the way up to 33 letters. And the Nordic, Danish and Swedish systems have between 15 and 16 letters. Don't worry, not sure what we're worrying at. There's just no internet at all. This is really bizarre. So yeah, and I really like that. You know, I really like that you can actually, you can write, and it's the same with Ogham. You know, runic inscriptions appear on tombstones, directional stones, things like that, landmarkings, buildings that belong to people. And very much like Ogham, it's the reason why this is kind of used for inscription is you can tell by the way that the rune markings, the letters, have been carved. They were intended for carvings rather than writing. So it is uncertain of its actual origin. You know, there will be scholars out there that say runes are just nomadic, or they're you know, Icelandic, depending on what people tend to. Virgin has crashed. We have no internet here in Ireland. Right, that explains it then. So thank you, Elaine. That puts my mind at rest, because I'm thinking, so I may as well just turn this off because I'm not getting anything. So it's a whole Virgin thing. Oh, I wonder how long that's going to be. Good. Oh, I've got Tarot Times tonight. Oh, I've got Tarot Times and I can only do it through my laptop. Shit. Tarot Times might not be happening. We'll see what happens. Okay, so back to where we are. Stay focused, Simon. Stay focused. So yeah, so there is no actual evidence as to kind of its origin. It's uncertain, let's put it that way. The word rune itself comes from runa, which means a whisper or a secret, which kind of implies to me as well about that sort of the magical and mystical element of it. If this is a whisper or a secret language, I really like that, and I like to explore that. And there are sacred writings found in Germanic tribes as well, across, like I said, Northern Europe, Britain, Iceland, etc. Scandinavia is a big area. So yeah, memorial stones, weapons, tools, all these things, as well as buildings, are where you will find runic inscriptions. And there are over 4,000 different runic inscriptions that have been unearthed through, you know, archaeological finds. Over 4,000, it's mind-blowing. And we're just working with the Thuthark, which is the early Germanic system. So as I was saying about this book, I really love this because it breaks down into sections. So you've got corresponding letter. That's what took me down this path. The meaning. So ice, and you can, and I was going to play it you, there is a pronunciation guide. If you just go to Google, I think it's a YouTube, but you can put in pronunciation of Thuthark, and that's to spell it, it's F-U-T-H-A-R-K, but it's pronounced Thuthark, and it goes through each rune alphabet letter and gives you the pronunciation. It's literally like a minute long, so, but it's really good if you want to learn the pronunciations, because it does take a while to get your head around it. So we're looking at this one in particular, which is the one that corresponds with the letter I, but it does slant a little bit, as you can see there with this thing my finger is. So it will say ice, I-S, corresponding letter is I, the rune, it shows you, you know, slanted slightly. The meaning is ice. The divinatory meaning is standstill. When you come to a standstill in life, you feel a little bit stuck, a little bit lethargic. The associations, the tree is the alder, the colour is black, the herb is henbane, and the gemstone is cat's eye. So there's all these associations, which I really like. Then it gives you the interpretation. Things appear to be at a standstill, and this is not a time to try and force movement. Patience and wisdom are called for. Patience, because you will have to wait until things change externally before you can proceed. And wisdom, because you need to decide how best to use your waiting time. This is not the time to be abandoning your dreams. On the contrary, this is an opportunity for you to reaffirm them. This is a time for contemplation and preparation, not for depression and regrets. Be assured that things will change as surely as winter changes to spring and then to summer. And then you get a little quote. You get the rune in the background and you get a little quote. So this quote is, when life seems to be at a standstill, review the past and look to the future. And then you get a meaning about the association of ice. So I find this book in particular really easy. You know, it's not a tome. You get a really nice final word and a quick glance correspondence page. So for instance, at the top, you get the F and then the alphabet, the name, its meaning, the tree, the colour, the herb and gemstone at a single glance. So it's really good. So if you are interested, that's the name of the book. If you want to watch this back and press pause, there's the ISBN, because a lot of people ask me for ISBNs. But it's really, really handy. So I kind of showed a few of these when I did the altar tour. So I've got 3 sets. I've had more in my time. I've given, I think, more sets of runes away than I care to remember. One that's really easy to get is one by Llewellyn, which are these wooden ones. They're okay. They're not, you know, they're not brilliant, but they're okay. They feel nice though, because they are wood. But I would love some handmade runes. You know, and if any of you out there make them or sell them, get in touch. I'm happy to buy a set, because I love wood and handmade things. So these are quite nice. They're all the same shape tiles, but they're obviously, you know, mass produced. And when you see, then when there's a blank one as well that they put in with the Llewellyn ones. But as I was going to say, when you see as well some of the letters, you can see how close to the alphabet. I made some out of clay. Did somebody just say they got bone ones? Let me see if I can rewind that back. I got some bone ones on Etsy. Oh, how amazing. As long as no animals were killed in the process. I hope it was natural. But yeah, I mean, that one is an M. Now, that's a little bit naughty, because that's not how the rune appears. Because if I show you again, you can see it's an M, but even from how it appears in the rune, you can still tell it's an M. So the M appears like that. And they've just done it like that. But that aside, they'll do until I get some handmade wooden ones. And before I'm dropping everything. Is Jen still here? And then I have these 2, which I love these tubs. I got these quite inexpensive from Granny, which is it's a Swedish shop. It's a bit like the IKEA marketplace, but they do these, and these were like, I think, £6, and they're beautiful. So this is the darker of the 2, and this is how I know it, because darker stones. Now this was my original first ever rune set, and I love them. They are hematite, you see, and that's how it should appear. And they're really well, I mean, they're really heavy, and they feel great together. And these have the full Germanic alphabet, but they're beautiful. To say these are nearly 20 years old. There's ice. Ever since putting together my dropsies video, I seem to dropsies have declined. Yeah, mine have increased. I don't seem to be able to get through any kind of video now without, without dropping them. Yeah, so these are actually, because they're my first, but they're also, I think, my favourite. I just love the feel of these in the hand. They're just really, really beautiful. And I love hematite anyway. I'd love to get some malachite ones. I don't know if they'd ever do malachite ones though, because if you engrave into the stone, it could release some toxins. I don't know. We'll have to see. And then my most recent one is the one that are all different types of crystals. I can't even remember where I bought this from. I believe it was when I went on my travels. It's quite recent, but there's some gorgeous ones here, like in carnelian and things, which are really beautiful. I wish I could see all your comments. It's so frustrating. That one's in quartz, which is really nice. Oh, that's beautiful. This one is the blank one. And, oh, moonstone. Really lovely. How very dare you, Lucian? I'll tell my dad on you. What's Lucian doing? Right, L. I can't see what is referring to then. I can't. It's really hard to go back on Nevolution. Oh gosh, Al, we ain't gonna let this go, are we? What? I don't know what we're referring to, and I'm knocking the camera. Looks like I need a spanking. Calm down. Yeah, so that's a beautiful one as well. Blocking me. Yeah, oh yes, Shane, that's unforgivable. Quite frankly, it's unforgivable. So yeah, so anybody else in the chat who has runes, and oh yes, it was Lucian that blocked. I'm getting confused. Although it did say to me you'd blocked as well. So it could be like how we both blocked the same person last night in Becca's chat. So yeah, the angular inscriptions indicate that this was used as not for everyday writing, but for the purpose of carving into wood or stone. Do you want me to make you a set out of moose? Out of moose? Moose bone? Is it ethically sourced moose bone? Do let me know. I would love to get some antler shed. Oh, that would be amazing. Amazing, Jamie. Yeah, let's talk. Let's see how we can make that happen. I would really love some hand carved. I don't know. I just think the energy. I like the fact that you can have some carved on crystals because I'm a big crystal hound, as you know, and for me, that has energy. And I love wood, but I love foraged wood. And that's why, let me show you. If you're sick of seeing this, then you know why. But these in particular, which are my own staves, I just love them. They're so gorgeous, and we've been studying these. Just look, and when you order these are the ones from Spirit of Earth, Spirit of Old, Spirit of Old. That's the certificate of authenticity for them. And you can get, this is what I bought off Amazon, of all places. I'll put that back in a bit. You know, and you get gnarly, twisty ones. When you place an order, they go and forage and hand make your order. So it takes a month before they dispatch to you, because there's a process they have to go through as well. But they find all 20 different tree and plant for the right association. So some are thin and some are, you know, really thick, but they're just amazing. And the energy, and this is, you know, because it's earth, it's what's given to us. And I know, you know, the Los Caribbean ones are wood, but the mass produced, when somebody has handmade something, there's just something, oh, look at that one. I absolutely love this. And we've been studying one a week in the Hermit's Cave. Every Sunday I put another one up. We've only got 2 more to go. We've had 18 weeks of doing it, and then we'll have to think of something else we want to do. But look, you get all the bark. And this bag, I could just sit and breathe it in. It just smells gorgeous. It's missing one because I've got one out on the stand. And I've got a little mini set that you saw on my Sacred Space the other day. But this one in particular, and it is, you know, it's an investment. This one is £50. But for me, it's just worth it because it's hand carved. They are foraged on demand. They don't have supplies sitting waiting. And you get all the downloadable certificate and information and everything, how to treat them, how to store them. I feel like I should block you on the spot after that, Shane. No runes. You haven't got any runes yet? But Shane, you are working with wood. You know, I'm sure you could make your own. If I was that talented, I would be making my own. But I don't have the tools or anything like that. But I know you do, and you do wood engravings and things, don't you? So it could be a project for you to make your own. So yeah, runes meaning a whisper or a secret, and it is a sacred writing system that goes back, you know, almost 2,000 years that we know of, probably earlier than that as well. And yeah, over 4,000 different runic inscriptions have been found. Okay, guys, anything else? I'm just conscious that I'm on mobile data. It's fine, I've got unlimited, but I'm not sure what the quality of it will be like. And I'm really concerned now about Tarot Times, because if the internet isn't back up in the next couple of hours, then we're going to have to postpone, because unless... No, that's okay, because it's only out in this area. Oh no, it's out everywhere. Any Elle or Becca, if you're in the room, have you still got internet? If you could let me know. Can you use hotspot? Simon, can you connect your laptop to mobile? It's just not strong enough. I've tried that before, and it's never strong enough, because as a host, you're hosting 2 others, and it really takes a lot. Yay boy, okay, we're fine, because if Becca or Elle aren't on Virgin, because this is obviously a national thing, it's even down in Ireland, they can log on and invite me rather than me invite them. So panic not, Tarot Times will happen by hook or by crook. So I'm not sure of the time either. 110 people here, great to see everybody. Shall I pull a card before we go? Yeah, I mentioned everything I wanted to mention, I think, on that. Please, yes, please, pull a card. Right, so Roots and Wings. Do we want to change this up? I know we're into week 6 now, and I've been using Roots and Wings every day for QuaranStream. It's kind of become my QuaranStream deck. But the other oracle I've been working with, although it's more of a Lenormand, is my House of Shadows. You know, ever since I got the Shadowland Tarot, I've been using that. But there's also the Devas of Creation, but I don't think I could read them yet without a book. Roots and wings. Pull a rune. What, shall we pull a witch's rune? Being as that's brand new. Oh. Let's merge them. We've got death, which is transitional. We are in a period of change, definitely. I'm going to take that as a death of the old normal that we talk about as we go towards a new normal, whatever that will be like. So we need to prepare ourselves for the new normal. And to do that, you know, we have to realize that old ways are perhaps no more. We need to adapt, go through transformational change, and then embrace what is coming next. And in terms of the witch's runes, I dropped them down there, didn't I? Never mind. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. All right, I've got them. What a shit show this live has been today. I do apologise. Everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. Ready for a kinder world. Yes, we need it. I'm going to actually try something because I've not used this yet. Let me lay my little mat down flat. Let's see what the eye points at. Ooh, one on top. So, the one on top, that's our lovers, isn't it? Sure, that's the lovers one, because I drew it out today. Romance. Love and relationship, deep emotional connections, soulmates, harmony in relationships, being in love with someone who loves you back. Well, let's link that together then. So death is about that transformational change. Lots of people are locked down with their significant others, or maybe it's about forming those relationships stronger. And we've talked recently, haven't we, about how, you know, whilst we're in this situation, you know, it broke my heart yesterday, and I'm not going to get emotional, but I was talking to my mum over Alexa. We drop in on each other. And she said to me, and she's never been a touchy-feely person. She's, you know, not somebody that gives you a hug. She loves me to bits, and I love her to bits. But, you know, we don't say it, and we never have as a family, and we're not being a hugger as a family. But just before I went, she said to me, I really miss you. And it kind of stopped me in my tracks. And I know I'm going to get emotional now. But we talk every day. But I knew what she meant. She meant, I miss seeing you. I miss you being sat, you know, with me at home. And I think this has made us realise, hasn't it, just how important human interactions face-to-face are. And yes, it's great that we're embracing modern technology, and thank goodness we've got it, especially at a time like this. But nothing beats meeting up with somebody, giving them a hug, sitting and having a chat over coffee, face to face. And if you are fortunate enough to live in a house with other people and you're locked in together, then please, you know, I know it's going to be stressful and ups and down and really challenging, but just appreciate that you've got people in your life that you care for, that love you, and you love them back. And take the time now to learn to love the little things, even if they might be annoyances. Try and turn that into something that you can build on. And remember those that you also love, that you're not in a position where you get to see them every day or spend time with them in real life. And make those connections and build so that when we do get to our new normal, when we go through this transformational change and the old ways are no more and the new ways are the new norm, then make sure you pick that phone up and say, look, let's meet up, let's have a coffee, let's grab lunch together. And just, you know, it's something I'm really clinging on to as a future, is to be able to do that. So, all right, guys, thank you for being here. I will see you in a couple of hours' time for the Tarot Times. Elle, if you're still here and you wouldn't mind just dropping a link in, I'll wait before I go. See you all in Tarot Times. We'll do Maharet. Yeah, bye everybody, and thank you. I'll just wait for, see if Elle, if she is here, she can drop the link in. And then if you're not subscribed, just click on us and we'll see you in a couple of hours. Maybe she's not there. Oh, there we are. Thank you, Elle. Appreciate it. All right, guys, have a fantastic, wherever you are, a fantastic day or evening. And I'll see you in a couple of hours over on the Tarot Times. Look after yourselves. Take care. And until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.